course that just excites me anytime I see it. Because how do you not get excited about a mountain made entirely of chocolate? I really wanted to rank it higher, but since gameplay rate...
You ever have something nobody cares about eat at you for months, but then you remember you have a YouTube channel, so now you can get other people online annoyed by it too? Okay, jumping right in. Choco Mountain is a track, and not much else. I've never given this one much thought. I always assumed that it's a rocky mountain that looks like chocolate. Bada bing bada boom, Choco Mountain. Much like Vanilla Lake is clearly not actually vanilla, it's just a cute name. So when Chafy Crabman referred to Choco Mountain as literally chocolate, I figured, okay, silly little guy made a silly little mistake, whatever. Then I got to thinking and realized, crap, he might be onto something. And thus, the next year of my life was thoroughly ruined. So first, obviously, the best place to start is in-game. So if we go to the course, we see that, you can tell that there's this thing over here that, Yoshi. Okay, we're not going to find much in-game. The only thing I can tell for sure is this gray area over here is definitely not Choco. But that doesn't prove much. Just because the floor is made of concrete doesn't prove the house is made of bricks and all that. So let's move on to this, Nintendo Power Volume 93, for some of the earliest mentionings of Choco Mountain. This article's pretty cool too, it's got renders of all the track layouts and course lengths. Now for the aforementioned Choco, and okay, there's nothing here either. Honestly, there's just as much evidence here that Wario Stadium is made of Wario. Maybe more. But even though there isn't anything in the game explicitly stating that it is or isn't Choco, I think it's safe to assume that it isn't just because it kind of fits with other naming schemes in the game, such as Vanilla Lake or Calamari Desert. These are clearly just fun ways of describing the courses. The lake is covered in snow, so name it after ice cream. The desert is real, and so are squid. They've always been doing this, of course. Just look at the first game. Donut Plains, Vanilla Lake, and of course Choco Island, which, if we look at this other magazine I just happen to have for no reason, we can clearly see right here that Choco Island is made of nothing but mud and candy bars. Okay, but it says maybe the bumps are candy bars, which sounds to me like a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. Like, they know that you know that they're joking. So what about Choco Island 2, right? Well, it says right here, all of the racers had so much fun racing on Choco Island 1, they decided to have at it again. This time, a much larger patch of chocolate goo awaits them as they make their way around this tasty track. Do you see why this has been hurting me? So what does this mean? I have no idea. And honestly, I don't even know what to look at this point. I've checked all the promotional material, I've looked at everything in game, so I forgot to check the manuals. So if we pull this up here, we can see that the N64 Mario Kart manual respects tradition, and at no point mentions Choco. So let's check the Super Manual, I guess, which describes Choco Island 1 as a dirt course in the desert. Also, I can't find the original post, but on the Mario Wiki, it mentions a post from the Nintendo News app that says, "This course first appeared in the Mario Kart 64 game. True to its name, this course takes place on a chocolate-colored mountain full of corners and slopes. You don't suppose you can eat it, can you?" So with all that, I do think every mention of it being candy was just tongue-in-cheek, and it being Rocko that just looks like Choco is much more in line with other courses in the game. But if you find anything else contradicting that, please let me know. Also, thinking about Cheeseland too much hurts my head, so for the sake of this argument, I've chosen to pretend it doesn't exist.